all those that are invisible are filled with Brahman. All those that are visible are also fully permeated by Brahman. The whole universe has come out of the whole Brahman. Brahman is still full, although the whole universe has come out of it. Peace, peace, peace be unto us all. Now we are to our reading of Śvetāśvatara Upanishad today, and we are in the chapter 5th chapter. This chapter starts with the word akṣare, etc., with a view to stating fresh matters that remain to be dealt with the 4th chapter. That means what I have talked so far. Here the Rishi, the sage, is continuing to express more truth which has not been described before. So we read the verse number 1 the other day, where it says that immutable reality, which is infinite, which is higher than even Brahma or Hiranyagarbha, and in whom lie hidden the two knowledge, the two. And what is that two? That is knowledge and ignorance. And who controls the knowledge and ignorance, and he who controls the knowledge and ignorance, that is different from them. Ignorance is mutable, but knowledge is verily immutable. So that was the last day's reading. That is akṣare, Brahma pare tu anante avidya, vidya avidya nihite jatra gure. Means avidya means ignorance, but ignorance, and ksharam, ignorance is which is perishable, mortal, vidya, wisdom, but that is the aksharam is verily immortal. So ignorance is mortal and wisdom is immortal. When you know yourself, you are immortal. When you don't know, that is you are mortal. As we are now in ignorance, so in ignorance we are body-mind complex. In knowledge we feel that we are Atman, the pure self. Anante, akṣare, in whom the immutable, Brahma pare means that which is the higher than even Brahma, Hiranyagarbha, or that is Supreme Brahman, Brahma pare, above Brahman, means relative Brahma. We say, sometimes we say the whole creation starts from Brahma down to the blade of grass. In this range, who dominates over that control is called Brahma. It is beyond that Brahma. That is the immutable, unchangeable. Everything here in this range is changeable, because it is in that time, space, and within Maya. So two things therefore important, vidya, avidya, nihite. And in this Brahman, two things are there. That is the very specific idea of Vedanta, that ignorance is not hiding somewhere else as a Satan. It is the same power of Brahman as ignorance, as knowledge. Wisdom and ignorance both are the play of the same divine. That's why it says, when it is ananta, in the infinite, not limited by space-time and objects, there are two. Vidya, one is called the knowledge, not the secular knowledge, not the knowledge as we see in the dualistic, our day-to-day knowledge of perception of the sense objects, of the limited objects of which the eyes can see, ear can hear. Not that knowledge, but that knowledge is capital knowledge, which is transcendental, beyond your perception of the senses and mind, etc. There are two. One is vidya, another avidya. In that, there is what is called the supreme knowledge, another is the ignorance, which is in the knowledge of the duality of. That's why Upanishad says, kasminnu bhagavo vigyate sarvamidam vigyatang bhavati iti. All this relative knowledge, knowledge of all what we call knowledge in material world, in our day-to-day life, all talking about duality. How it is the knowledge of the physics, knowledge of chemistry, knowledge of astronomy, knowledge of this and its different finer branches. Knowledge. That's but this knowledge cannot cure our ignorance, and this knowledge cannot give us freedom. Rather, it entangles us into the bondage in so many ways. So, knowledge and ignorance are there, jatra, in which the two, that is the knowledge and ignorance, nihita. It is embedded. Gudhe. That means it is lying, hidden and latent in the same Brahman, the Supreme Brahman. Ramakrishna said, the snake does not move and snake moves. The movement power of moving is hidden and latent in the snake. That Brahman, the Absolute, that's why it is called how he becomes my. Don't put that question. That power is within. You cannot put as there is no other secondary object. So what can be the source of this creation? What is what has brought out this whole diverse universe? So that's why it is the lie hidden. The text points out knowledge and ignorance distinctly. Avidya is ignorance, which is the cause of mutation, the Shankara says, and the cause of transmigration. Ignorance, in ignorance whatever we do, that is called the karma. And karma we do because of our vasana, desire. To fulfill desire we do karma. Karma brings another vasana, desire, and then that desire brings another karma. So the wheel of karma chain continues on and on and on. He the cause of mutation, but the cause of transmigration, that avidya, ignorance, the cause of mutation and transmigration. Aksharam, that's why it is mutable or it is changeable. But vidya, what is vidya? Knowledge, the cause of liberation. Ksharang to avidya, he amritang to vidya. Vidya, which is wisdom or the real knowledge, capital K, knowledge, that is amritam. That itself, knowledge itself is amritam. That's why it's called Satchidananda. Chit is Ananda. Sat Chit Ananda. Where is Ananda, there is Chit. And Chit is Ananda. There is not that level of undivided state of consciousness. So, that knowledge, the cause of liberation, is amritam, immutable. But he who, on the other hand, is stay, rules and controls, vidya, knowledge and ignorance, so is anna, is different from them because he is their witness. So, who controls this vidya? Who controls that? That is the Lord God. He is above, he is not limited. He is like a jailer, and the person who is imprisoned. There is a difference. Jail superintendent roams around in the jail, and he also is blocked here and this gate, that gate, that gate, that gate. But he is the jailer. He has the power, and he willfully entered there. But who is a prisoner, he is bound to be there. So we are ignorant, bound in this bondage. But the Lord Absolute is the wisdom par excellence, and the knowledge. He is the knower, and he knows everything. But he is the witness. He does not get involved into anything. That is the beauty. That's why in life we say, take the position of a observer, drashta. Okay, so we read that. Now today we will go to the second verse. Then who is he? Further explaining, that is being answered in the second verse. That means the last word was vidya, knowledge and ignorance. It is ha. It is embedded in him. He. But he is anya. Other. Other than what? Different from them. because he is their witness. So vidya and avidya, knowledge and ignorance, both are there. But he is the witness of them. He does not get involved into this. It is his fun, it is his power. So vidya and avidya is coming not from competition. Oh, here is vidya, there something should be avidya. देखो now who is he? He is the witness. Who is that guy who is the witness? So he says that is being answered now. Yo yonim yonim yo yonim adhitasthati eko adhitisthati eko viśvani rupani yonischa sarvaha rishing prasritam kapilam jusṭaṃ agre jnanoir vibharti jayamanam cha paśyet yo yonim adhitisthati eko viśvani rupani yonischa sarvaha rishing prasritam kapilam jusṭaṃ agre jnanoir vibharti jayamanam cha paśyet. Yo, he, that reality which is talking about, in whom the ignorance and knowledge is there, but still he who is the witness, he does not get mixed up. Witness does not get mixed up with the event. Anything happen, that's why in the court case they say, who is your witness? Witness means he will be unbiased. He will be unbiased and he will just observe, and whatever he has observed, he will be not taking part in this or in that. So that is called witness. So here sakshi, which is that sakshi, because of sakshi nature, witness nature, he does not get involved into it. Now, what is the real? Can you explain a little more? So here Shankara says that who is he? That is being answered in this second verse. So what is that? He is ekaha. Oye, yo yonim adhitisthati ekaha. He is ekaha. He is only one. There is no two, no duality, no multiplicity. Yo ekaha. He the ekaha, the one, the non-dual supreme self. Ya, who adhitisthati means staying on, or ruling, or controlling, yonim, all the places, the earth, etc., mentioned in, that means in all the planes, whoever exists wherever, no? Upanishad, he who inhabits in the earth, the verse is that, let me see, they have not given the original verse, I forgot the original. No, they have not given here. Prithibhyam antare, yo prithibhyam antare tisthati, who lives in the heart of the earth, but the earth does not know. That is the reality. That means that all perfected consciousness they are talking about. So here he says, adhitisthati means he controls. How he controls? And controls all the places. Yonim, where is any creation? All the places of creation. The earth, etc. And Upanishad. That means he who inhabits the earth, etc. Who rules Vishwani. That means he rules all the created universe. Viśve means all this world. So who is creating this? Who is ruling this? Vishwani and Rupani. Rupani means Rupa. Rupa means color. Different diverse colored objects in the whole universe, no? Colors, red, etc. And the yoni is the source, place of origin, who vibharti, that's filled up. Janai, by multifarious knowledge. And he is the person who knows all the knowledge in the universe. He is that substratum of that knowledge. With multifarious knowledge, that means the virtue, knowledge, detachment, divine power, etc. Rishim, the sage, who is the sage? Sage is the omniscient sage. Who is it? Kapilam, Sankhokar, the Kapila, colored like gold, Kapilam. Prasutam, as he was born, projected out of himself. For the birth of this very one is heard of in the Upanishad, another Upanishad, in projected Hiranyagarbha in the beginning. This is Shankara's explanation, that's why. And the birth of anyone else is not heard of. Hiranya. That is said, yeah. Kopilam also, Kopila says, and also Kopila here, Shankara says, Kopila colored like that of gold. Shankara has explained in that way. It is his explanation. Vishwani, Vishwani, Bahuvachan.
Just this universe.
Vishwa is this universe. Many. Yeah. How many Vishwas are there, who knows? If you look at the stars and galaxies, even astronomically, it is, who will say how many are there? But everything is created by that reality. As he was born, prasutam, as he was born, that means born means projected out of himself. Where from it comes? It comes from himself. A projection of, as we, in the night time, what happens? How the world comes? How the dream world comes? It is projection of your mind, no? It comes from you. Your whole dream world of experience is coming from you. But which you? Your mind. It's coming out of your projection of your mind. That's it is not there, but it appears. So this world also like that. It is not there, it appears in the cosmic mind, that puruṣo, and they projected from him. That means it is not there is any other entity other than that reality from which this universe has come. That's why whatever is the creation, it is he only. If it comes from that same reality as duality, you are sleeping, but your mind created that entire duality. So you are there in each one, is it not? Look at that. In the dream, whatever people you see, it is you only, your mind is only. Who else? Is correct or not?
Could it not be like a loka that you visit?
No, that is an impression. That even loka, but that is in mind. How can you visit anything without mind? When you are going into the mind means your mind is getting tuned to that level. That means it is your mind. There is nothing outside the mind. In the dream experience, anything comes in your, you see, you feel, you experience. It is you. There is nothing but you. Whether good, bad, everything, fear or not fear, or it is very sweet and sour, everything is it you and you and you alone. That means you means your mind. So this is to be understood. The whole universe, then it is easy to understand how the cosmic mind actually projected this. And cosmic mind's projection means it is his projection means he is there everywhere. At the same time, he is an observer. You see your dream. You wake up and remember, oh, I had a dream. That means you really were in a witness state. Also your mind has projected from you and you are the observer. This is the very, it is called the Vedanta. It's so clear that God has created this universe and also has created a means to get out of it. Just to understand this. Your daily experience, your own experience will tell you all the good, bad, whatever, happiness, misery, pleasure, pain, fire, hazard, or anything happening in your dream. It is nothing but projection of you. You means your mind. And you also, not only you are projecting, you are also the witness. You are observing, that's why you remember. Otherwise, how you remember next day? Oh, I had a very frightening dream or a very good dream, or I went to a holy place and this and that. Because you are coming out of you only. There is no other source there. So this is the way God has created. The knowledge and ignorance, both are created. Which takes us to perishable ideas, which takes to the immortal idea. Both are in the mind, good and bad. Similarly, God has created this universe which is beyond duality, but every duality has come out, and in that duality there is nothing but the Lord itself. Your mind is you then. So this is the, He is the one who rules all the places, and is all the colors and all the sources, who filled with multifarious knowledge, the sage Kapila. Multifarious knowledge, the sage Kapila, when he was born in the beginning, and whom he saw as he was being born. He was born as the first sage as Kapila, and he was born in the beginning, and also he saw his birth. We don't see our birth of our dream. We can back calculate now. What we are talking about our dream, we are back calculating our present awareness in the daytime, and how I saw the dream, I can assume, this is the possibility. Otherwise, where the dream comes from. And you don't come to create my dream, I don't go to create your dream. You may be in the same room, you may be 100 people sitting in the same room, and then their dream world don't clash with each other. Does the dream of you and dream of me, or dream of 10 people in the same room, will clash each other, fight each other? My space, why are you getting it? Mental space is so big, it does not collide with anyone. The cosmic mind has created this dream, and it came out from his cosmic mind, and cosmic mind is that reality who is witnessing the mind's play as we observe our own play and wake up. But God remembers that. We don't remember. That's the point. We don't remember when we are in the dream that I am also witness. I don't remember that. But the Lord remembers that He is witnessing His own drama. That's why it is called Leela. Leela means the sport. How? How is the question? It's called Maya. But no one can describe. That's why they use the term Maya. Yama. The dream is not there. Yama. In the dream, there is no dream. Dream world is not there. But I see, I experience, I feel. Similarly, this world is not there. It is a projection of the mind of cosmic mind. And in that cosmic mind, it is all not non-existing, but so long I am a part of it, I see its reality. That's why take refuge in Him, and then you will be released from Maya. Tasmatam saranangascha sarva bhavena bharata. Bhagavad Gita said, therefore, in all possible means and ways, saranang, you take refuge in that reality. Saranangascha sarva bhavena bharata. So, it is the last part again I read, who filled with multifarious knowledge, the sage Kapila, when he was born in the beginning, who filled with multifarious knowledge, the sage Kapila, when he was born in the beginning, and whom he saw as he was being born. So he is being born, and he observed his birth. let me read this book, what is called, is there any further translation? No, Shankara's translation. Let us go complete it. Says Kapila, a part of Lord Vishnu, who is all-pervasive, has come from the destruction of delusion in the world. So Kapila, is Shankara saying, that Kapila is a sage. You take that side, is a part of Lord Vishnu, who is all-pervasive. I say, Vishnu is all-pervasive. And this Kapila has come for the destruction of delusion. He is born why? It is Kapil Sankhokar, to give us wisdom and knowledge. In the golden age, the all-pervasive one, taking the form of Kapila and others, bestows the highest knowledge that is conducive to the good of the whole world. So he is referring to some Upanishads. You are Indra among all the gods, Brahma among the knowers of Brahman, the deity, air among the mighty ones, and among the yogis you are Sanat Kumara. Among the sages you are Vasishtha, you are Vyasa among the knower of Veda, the god Kapila among the followers of Sankho, and among the Rudras you are Shankara. What is Bhagavad Gita? What is the verse? Who can remember? Rudrasmi Shankara. Thus the great sage, well known, sage Kapila's knowledge is a Adi Guru, that is known that way. Thus the great sage, well known, it is met with in the Mundaka Upanishad. What? Then at the time this world existed in this one, in the Hiranyagarbha. After that Kapila among the sages, who exist beyond darkness, came out of the all-pervasive Vishnu. So this is all mixing with the Creator God, Vishnu, Hiranyagarbha, all these terms coming. That means the Absolute become multiple, first to the Creator God. And that is also all-pervaded God. That's why they are using the term of Kapila and Hiranyagarbha. So the great sage, well known, it is met with in the Mundaka Upanishad. That what is that? Then at that time this world existed in this one. What is one? It is the Hiranyagarbha, Arishara. After that Kapila among the sages, who existed beyond darkness, because he was already pure, came out of that all-pervasive Vishnu. He is a part of Lord Vishnu, Vishnu Avatara. Kapila is Vishnu Avatara. He is the person possessing 16 weapons. What are this? This passage does not occur in the Mandukya Upanishad, nor it is in the source known, so translator ignore it. So he is the person possessing 16 weapons. That quotation is not found. Unless our Swami Gambhirananda is saying that we do not find any reference of that in Mundaka Upanishad. He himself, the Hiranyagarbha, becomes well known as Kapila, Agre, in the beginning of creation, and whom he paśyata, apaśyata saw, jayanam, as he was being born. Jayamanam. As he was being born, he saw that he is coming out. So he knows that he is born of Brahman. That is to justify this quotation has been given. This book says, Tyagishananda Swami's book, Joning, it says that he alone presides over the nature in all aspects and controls every form and every cause of production. He witnesses the birth of the firstborn. Firstborn is a Kapila, seer of golden color, and nourishes him with wisdom. So he has not gone to the word Kapila at all. firstborn share of golden color, etc. means refers to Hiranyagarbha or the cosmic soul who projects the universe. That's the Vedantic way. Brahman, then with Maya, then it becomes the Ishvara to Hiranyagarbha, and then Hiranyagarbha to all gods and goddesses and creation. Swami Lokeswarananda says, He, the Lord, is one without a second, yet He is everywhere and in every being, present in every source of origin. He controls the origin. Present in every source of everything which is original, He controls the original. Hiranyagarbha, who was born before creation, because Hiranyagarbha first comes and then the whole creation world comes. You remember the three levels? Viśve, Tejas and Prajna. And Virata, Hiranyagarbha, Ishvara. So Ishvara is the first born. And then next comes Hiranyagarbha. But it is the power, embedded and projection they are talking about. Shankara has explained it better. And then that Hiranyagarbha generates this whole universe. And this is the Virata. That's why Virata. And this Virata, he has penetrated into it. This Virata is nothing out of Hiranyagarbha's creation. So this creation and the created is all one. Ultimately, one is becoming like this, means from this side, if you see, it goes to one only. Hiranyagarbha, who was born before creation, is all knowing. That's why Hiranyagarbha knows everything. But He, the Lord, filled Hiranyagarbha with knowledge and saw Hiranyagarbha being born. This absolute God, as if Ishvara is seeing the birth of Hiranyagarbha and the created universe. The Lord is different from everyone else. Now explanation. Brahman is the source of everything, the cause of everything. There may be many subsidiary causes, but He is the original cause and as such controls everything. From the first cause, all other causes have come. First cause means first Ishvara, which comes to be Hiranyagarbha. Brahman with Maya becomes Ishvara, and one step down, he becomes Hiranyagarbha. So when it's Hiranyagarbha, from the first cause, this is the first cause, all other causes have come. That means this entire cosmos, gross world, gods and goddesses and angels and how many heavens and hells, everything has come. All forms, rupani, all diversity, have their source in Him. When a child is born, it is he who is born. When a plant springs up, it is he who is springing up. When the rain falls, it is he who is in the rain. He is everything and everywhere. Wow, beautiful. That means what we see as diversity, it is only one thing manifesting in the name and form. Kopilam refers to here Hiranyagarbha. This Swami is saying, Kopila, the firstborn, is actually Hiranyagarbha. Both Hiranya and Kopila means gold. Hiranya means gold and Kopila also means gold or brown. Knowledge is also considered to be golden. Knowledge, gold like shining. Knowledge is shining. That's why sometimes it is used synonym of the gold. So he says that Kopila means golden or brown. Hiranya also means that. Knowledge is also considered to be golden. So Hiranyagarbha is called Rishim here because he knows. Rishi means who can see the far end of it. So he knows the truth. Knowledge was given by Brahman to Hiranyagarbha, and from Hiranyagarbha this knowledge came to us.
Knowledge is given by Brahman to Hiranyagarbha?
Yeah, how can you say that? but to express how the knowledge and ignorance was both in him, and he projected something, and first projection is your Ishvara, and second, that from that projection more detailed projection, and detail is knowledge and ignorance, and from that Hiranyagarbha produced everything of this material world to subtle world and everything, and also both things are there. The path of nivritti, path of pravritti, both are there. Now third verse. Ekaikam jalang, ekaikam jalang, bahudha vikurvan, bahudha vikarman, asmin kshetre, sangharati, esha devā, bhuyas srištva, pataya tathesha, sarvādhipatyam, kurute mahatma, ekaikam jalang, bahudha vikurvan, asmin kshetre, sangharati esha, devā, bhuyas srištva, patayas tathesha, sarvādhipatyam, kurute mahatma. Let us see how Sankara starts. Ekaikam jalam, at this time of creation, esha devā, this deity, this God, this projects the jalam, is a net. Net of what? Net of gods, humans, animals, plants, and all these. That net, it spreads a net. Asmin kshetre, on this field constituted by Maya. So, ajnana, both are there, knowledge and ignorance. So, at the time of creation, how the creation came, this is one way of explaining. The esha devā, this deity, this Hiranyagarbha, or this Kapila, what it is, projected the jalam, the net of which created the humans, animals, gods, etc. Asmin kshetre, on this field constituted by Maya. What is this field is created there by Maya, and Kapila, the god, is spread a jalam, net of created object. First there will be ground on which the created being will roam around, no? So he created that way, on this field constituted Maya. Vikurvan, he making ekaikam, each, bahudha, diverse, and samharati, withdrawing it. So he made out of himself all separate. Ekaikam, it is separate, one way and one. And making ekaikam, each, bahudha, diverse. That means from one, diversity is created that way, and samharati, and again withdrawing. So that is like our dream, our everyday life. Look at that. It is projection, evolution and involution. Evolution and involution. Now we are in the evolved state, no? Jagrut. When you are going to dream state, you are withdrawing. And withdrawing, and whole creation is withdrawn into your own ignorant eye. Not to your knowledgeable. Knowledge eye is standing behind though. But we withdraw into our ignorant eye, what we call anandamaya kosha. So, diverse samharati withdraws it. And Isha, the Lord, Mahatma, the great self, Srištva Bahu, after creating again many, tatha as before, as he had created in the earlier cycle. So it happens like that us also. Now we are in the waking state. As when you go to sleep, we draw this entire world to the dream, to the sometimes dream or your mail train passes that dream state. Has no stoppage. Everyone, you cannot think that you are going to sleep means you will go through the dream first. But anyhow, so withdrawing this concept of the world and withdrawing within, you go to your own self, and then again you next morning again evolve. And when you evolve, what you see? You see the same sun, same pews. You had yesterday, today is the same. Tonight I am seeing this temple, I will come tomorrow morning, I will see the same temple, which is withdrawn and which is again projection. So projection and this evolution and involution is similarly in the cosmic level, that's called the pralaya. When it is withdrawn totally, we call pralaya. And again projecting the same way. The Upanishad says, as jatha purvam, as you are in one, what you call, cycle, similarly each cycle moves on. There the evolution theory, Darwin's evolution theory makes good sense. In this, when you come to creation, there is evolution. Absolute, there is no creation, nothing. It comes instantly. When you wake up, what happens? The whole world concept comes instantly, is it not? Does it come, it takes 1 hour or 2 hours to come back to the outside world? No. As soon as you wake up, then you see the same world. Jatha purvam, as it was before. So this whole cosmic creation of the suns and moons and galaxies, all this only gross manifestation. And the subtle and causal are there. All withdrawn and all evolved. That's why this is going on, cycle after cycle. That is for human civilization, it is one, takes millions and billions of years to cover. It is what is that question? Huh? Oh, it is coming from as that we know. Here it is said that it is coming from Hiranyagarbha. But in yourself, that's also Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha is Tejas, second stage. Match it. Virata state is now. We are seeing the gross world. When you go to sleep, what happens? It goes to a dream world. Dream world is called the state Tejasa, because there is a light, not this light, but some light I do not know. You see there, everything you see. So where the light? That's why called Tejas. Teja means the light. So there is another light, no? And it goes to our sleep. We become, then first asleep we do not know anything. Our cover does not go off. That's why we get stuck into the wall. And we say that I don't see anything. That's why when you go to deep sleep, we don't get enlightenment. But we get stuck. But we feel the very good experience. I was very happy. All dissolved there. And then you come down again, out, then everything opens up. So it is in a cosmic level, it is God, next is Hiranyagarbha, this is gross creation. Creation is withdrawn into Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha goes to the Ishvara, three state. Beyond is transcendental Brahman. And here also, Virata now, in the dream it is called Tejasa, and in the deep sleep we call Prajna. almost a fool, prayano aggo. Aggo means ignorant, almost idiot. Because we don't know anything, neither know. Even now I know I have a body, I have my wish, good, bad, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty. When you go to deep sleep, as if you are non-entity. That's why it's called aggo, prayano aggo praggo. Praggo has two meanings. Praggo means very man of wisdom. That also it means. And praggo means prayano, almost, aggo. Almost knows nothing. Really, someone is big guy, but someone comes and kicks him when he is sleeping. He will not know. Huh? Is it not? But when he is awake, anyone comes to touch him, he can give a good blow to blow him out. So almost become like a matter. But if everything comes from there, that's why this whole creation, either you call it is miracle, it is non-existing, or it is say it is God itself. Because God manifests in this way. Whether you are in ignorance or knowledge, truth does not change. It is the reality only. So, Srishta, after creating many, tatha as before, as he had created the entire circle before, Marichi and others, he creates Marichi and other gods and goddesses, what are pattaha, pataya ki pataya, so adhipattam, adhipati, adhipataya, pati pataya, he is the ruler of the worlds. That means created this world will not do. Who will rule them? Everywhere there is a ruler, no? Even the animal world, see, when the birds fly, there is a ruler. The team of the birds, there is a leader. They obey to that leader. How they are, God knows. In every creation, there is that type of tribal. Tribal people are tribal, but there is tribal leader. Who created? Has given some power to him, so he takes the leadership. Some follows them, some lead. So it is all the worlds, sarve adhipattam kurute, presides over them. So creating everything, and there are also, God created the rulers of that. See, this, who is ruling the US? President Trump. Who ruling this Iran? Like that there is a ruler, no? So every country creating the people, and everywhere there is a ruler. He is the ruler, he is the ruled. He himself manifested everything. To give this idea of oneness, no? Okay, what the Swami Swami says, ekoikam jalam bahudha vikurvan, ekoikam jalam, each group, jalam, bahudha, the various forms, vikurvan, transforming them, osmin kshetre, into this ground, esa devā, this God, sangharati, withdraws, bhuyo, again, pataya, the lokopalas, shashta, creating them, mahatma, the great souls, īśaṃ, God, tatha, as before, sarvadhipattam, supreme sway over all, kurute, holds. That means differentiating each genus into its species, and each species into its members. The Supreme Being withdraws them once more into their own ground. Here ground means mula prakriti. It withdraws in Maya, which is the ultimate source of ground of creation. From Maya it came, it withdraws into Maya. Every day we go to deep sleep and come out of the deep sleep. No? So this creation, when you wake up, come out of the Maya and compare Maya in the cosmic level, individual level, rose, night, sleep. This whole world is withdrawn into ignorance, and again it comes out from the ignorance when you wake up. See, it is happening every day for us. In a cosmic level also, cosmic creation is going on uninterruptedly, in and out. The word kshetra in the text suggests that the idea of vegetation springing from the barren ground. Also the vegetating life that they are talking, decaying there itself, only to appear again afresh in proper season. So that's true. They bear some fruits and flowers and then almost die and then come up again. Like East Coast you go, they fall, all the leaves fall down, almost dead tree. We thought that there is no life. We call it hibernating. Again spring comes and then again they cheer up. So it is coming from them, going to darkness, again coming up. This is the going on, cycle after cycle. And we say, this tree is here for 100 years, 200 years. Some trees 2000 years, no? Where? What is that in Bay Area? What is that? Huh? Say, how many years? 2000 years. See? Okay? Swami Sarvadevananda says, the Lord creates many kinds of forms, gods and goddesses, men and women, animals, insects and plants and so forth. Each form is like a net of bondage spread by the Lord, that is the Maya. Each form means all animals, plants, humans, and among humans so many classes of people, like a net, a bondage spreads by the Lord according to its work. Each form is like a net of bondage. This is bondage, that is bondage, that is bondage. How is it spread by the Lord? This bondage is spread by the Lord by his great net, which is called the Maya. And also, according to our karma, if you accept the karma theory, then it's the karma. The Lord also destroys these forms when the epoch ends. The same Lord creates the rulers of the different worlds when the new epoch begins. Thus, he establishes his overlordship. So he is the Lord of Lords, he controls everything. So creation comes and destroys and again goes back, but he creates the rulers also of all, each place. Jalam means net, you are caught into one net, and I am caught in another net. We are all like caterpillars, caught within our own cocoon. It is a terrible state of bondage. But who created these cocoons? We ourselves did. How? They are product of our own karma. Now you may put the question, why the karma comes first? That don't ask. That question cannot be solved. Anadi, but not ananta. Yeah. But that's why cosmic level on ananta goes on, but individual soul gets freedom. Total, this is play with evolution and involution, going on. It is not that someone else is responsible for our bondage. Each person has created his own distinct net. They are all different, but no matter how good some seem to be, each is a state of bondage. Bondage comes in many different forms. Swami Vivekananda used to say that you may be bound with a golden chain, another person with an iron chain. Really, some may be bound in knowledge. Pandits, the scholars, intellectual level, they're stuck there. They don't want to go beyond that. And another people, I don't know anything of the scripture, I don't know anything about future life, afterlife. That's also ignorant. That's why both are bondage. Golden chain or iron chain. But a golden chain binds you just as much as an iron one. What is meant by a golden chain? If you do good things with a view to gaining merit and enjoying some future reward, then perhaps you will go to heaven and enjoy life there. You may even become a god or goddess. It is a golden chain, but it is still a chain. because you go to heaven only for limited period. When the karma that took you to heaven is exhausted, you must come back to this world. In Hinduism, the goal is liberation. We want to be free from the cycle of birth and death. So what are these nets made of? This net, we are all caught into our own net of karma. But what is the element of this net? They are made of 5 elements. What are the 5 elements? You all know. Earth, water, air, earth, water, fire, air, space. We are nothing but a permutation and combination of these elements. And we are caught into this world process, which is also a combination of these elements. So we are caught into the trap of this, which is also panchabhuta. Panchabhuter phade brahma pore kade. Even Brahma, he falls into this trap and cries. Say to Brahma bollam. The Upanishad says, however, that we are not really caught, but this is caught. We are as we are feeling. But Upanishad says you are not caught. We seem to be caught. But if we know our true nature, then we know that we have never been caught. The Upanishad says that this world is a net of jalam, only because you think it is. You think you are the state of bondage. You think you are weak, you are bound, you are slave. If you can convince yourself that you are the true, pure and free, then you will become pure and free. Swami Vivekananda once said that he preached only the Upanishad because the Upanishad gives strength, self-confidence and courage. He said that the real atheism is when a person does not have faith in himself. You must believe in hundreds and thousands of gods and goddesses, but if you do not have faith in yourself, you are an atheist. You may even forget all the gods and goddesses. If you have faith in yourself, that will save you. That is the message of the Upanishad. Now, according to Vedanta, creation and destruction, that is the manifestation and withdrawal of the universe, is a continuous process. Evolution, involution, evolution, involution. It is going on all the time. Having manifested the universe, Brahman then withdraws it. But this withdrawal is not complete destruction. It is just a change of form. Sometimes the universe is manifested, sometimes it is not. But nothing is really destroyed. For instance, a plant and its seeds are not different. They differ only in their forms. One is manifest, the other is unmanifest. Sri Ramakrishna used to give the illustration of an old woman who keeps all kinds of seeds in a basket. When the time is right, she takes those seeds out of her basket and scattered them on the ground. The plants come up and bear fruits, and again seeds come. Then the old woman collects those seeds and keeps them in her basket until the right time comes again for them to be planted. So this cycle goes on and on. Brahman is like this old woman, watching over the process of creation and helping it along. But we must remember that it is Brahman who is projecting himself as this universe. It is he who is the good, it is he who is bad. He is manifest as the beautiful, and he is also manifest as the ugly. It is all he. Yeah? Very good explanation. So, we can end here today. Verse number 3. Did we read the 3? No. We have not 3, we only did 2. Third. Fourth we will read next time. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Panamastu Tomorrow we'll have gospel class at 7:30 p.m. Okay. And then, have anyone any question after this?
Well, in Sushupti, all this is in bija stuff, but I did not create that bija. My karma did, or?
And that is a plan, that everyone will go to the gross state, to subtle state, to causal, by the cosmic mind. So everything machine, designer has designed, all the machines are doing the same way. There is no self-will. You cannot say, I will dream, and you don't have. I will sleep, but you may say, but your sleep may come, may not come. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, the whole night goes. So you have no control over your sleep. So, but it is plan, cosmic plan is that waking state, dream state, sleep state will come, and every day it will come till you die. We die, that day it will end. But before that, we are in the cycle every time. Even you are tired, you can have a nap in the noon time, no? Daytime. But these three states come in your life, and when it comes, absorption withdraws and flashes out. You can think this is very beautiful imagery, that every day we are doing the same process, something coming out of me and projecting, and this whole world exists so real, so frightening, so fearful, so joyful, so serious, and again, boom, go to the dream, then you are in a different world, movie hall, another movie hall, and then if that is also gone, so you sleep. And then again come up, again drama, again come up, again drama. So this is all happening, but we do not know the signing witness which is behind that. That is the only point of freedom. Otherwise we are in the chain of bondage. And also in this world there are good and bad, but we try to get out of bad, and then we go to good, and then we'll have to stuck there. Many people, little darshan, you have some vision, some experience, little bit. What I have? Hurry, get out of it. It is a bondage. It is holding you, stuck you there. Ramakrishna said, go forward. There is a garden, there is a forest of firewood, then sandal paste wood, and then sandalwood forest. Then you go to silver, gold, silver, jewel. Go on. Why do you are so overwhelmed with little something? Okay. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.